Hey, what's going on, guys? Monday morning again, and today I'm finishing up some more pack mounts. I've already got one put together, and I'm going to put together this one right here, and then I've got a couple of capes that I've got to do a little bit of braking on and get them rolled up and kind of in position. Once they get as dry as they are right now, it's a whole lot easier to kind of get them rolled up so that they don't harden too much, you know, in a weird, awkward, folded up looking position. But I've got to make a trip to the store today at some point in time. I've got to find some more belts to put around these things. And I've also, this afternoon, I probably need to go ahead, then we'll go ahead and tan 2 capes. So tomorrow, I'm going to try to go ahead and mount up a couple more deer. Now that is going to be contingent on me getting ear liners. I've got one pair of ear liners left, and they were smalls, which is not going to work for most deer that I've got in the shop. Now, I may have a small one tomorrow that I can work on if they don't show up, but my delivery is supposed to be here today, if I'm not mistaken. So if it shows up, I've got ear liners coming, along with some forms that I desperately need. And some, I've got some hide paste ordered too. I've got a little bit of hide paste left, but I'm going to need some shortly. As we're getting on into June, some of y'all's bucks ought to start getting some antler on their head. Maybe here pretty soon y'all can start kind of telling what you got growing this year. If y'all have got cameras out right now. I personally don't put out any cameras until about September. I just run mine during deer season. Would not hurt to have a little bit of info a little bit earlier than that, but typically if the deer are there during September, they're probably there over the summer and hopefully there during bow season, at least for a second. Here before too long, I'm going to start taking some trips over here to the public land and do some hiking with my pack on. I'm going to have to get back in shape. I've been trying to exercise, but I have not been doing it as often as I should, at least not to hunt, not to carry deer out of the woods and walk up and down mountains and stuff. So we'll have to start putting in some exercise, putting in some miles here pretty soon. It seems kind of early for deer season, but if I know me, if I go twice a week, that's going to be pretty good. It's not like I'm going to be going 5 or 6 times a week. So it may take me up until October to get in shape at that rate. And if I don't start doing it, it's just going to be worse when I need to. Good thing about doing it in the summertime, if you take plenty of water and be kind of careful about how hot you get, you can kind of get acclimated to hiking in that heat. When bow season opens up, you got that extra gear and stuff. At least you're not out there, you know, getting cotton mouth and feeling like you're going to cramp up and everything else. So I would highly suggest, if y'all do a whole lot of walking when you're hunting, to just get all of your hunting gear, whatever you normally hunt with, aside from weapons if you're on public land, and just load it all up like you normally would hunt and just go. Especially if you're hunting hills or having to hike roads, whatever you're having to do to get in and out, I would use that same terrain or whatever, so that you can get used to it, because that crap's tough. Well, you don't get in shape come deer season. Them first few weeks, you kind of get in shape over deer season. Those first few weeks will kill you. I've been wanting to take out the boat and go do some fishing, but it's raining again outside right now. It has rained so much, which is probably a good thing because I'll get some work done, but man, it's rained. Speaking of fishing, if y'all have not watched my redfish and trout and tuna videos, if y'all get a minute, y'all go check those out. That trip to Venice was absolutely amazing. I got to go last year. Y'all may have seen the tuna video from last year. We went on a one-day trip. And I've had a few people ask me how in the world you can afford to do that kind of stuff. Y'all, it's not expensive. An offshore trip out of the state of Alabama for tuna will usually run you somewhere around $1,400, $1,500 a person. 2-3 day trip, get more and more than that. They'll get up to $3,500, for a 3 day trip. And If you come back with 2 tuna per person on those trips, you're doing really good, because a lot of those boats you're running 10 to 12 people, and you may not even catch 10 to 12 tuna. Whereas over in Venice, you're allowed 2 per person, but there's only 6 people on the boat, and you're catching them as fast as you can get baits out in the water. It's just crazy. And the price for what we did, we this time we went on a 2-day trip, and it was the tuna trip, I think it's about $800 what I spent last year. That includes room and board, all of our food that we bought for groceries. It included the charter, the tips, and the fish cleaning. I also included all the fuel. You got to pay for fuel on the boat. The charters are way cheaper there, but you do have to pay for the gas in the boat, which still works out way cheaper. Like I said, for $800, we stayed 2 nights, fished a day, brought home 50 pounds of fish a piece, tuna, and got it for $800. So that is a steal, especially to have a place to stay. The little, it's kind of like condos they've got over there that Mexican Gulf Fishing Company has got, and you can rent those. They're, I think, $450 a night, and they do sleep 6. Very comfortable too. It's not like you're roughing it. It's a really nice place, and you're not paying hardly anything. $400 a night split 6 ways. Shoot, that's why this year we decided to just do a 2-day while we were already there, do an inshore and an offshore. And went trout fishing one morning, limited out. I've got a video doing that exclusively, and then that later on, after we limited out, we went red fishing and caught a bunch of redfish. I think we got about 13 keepers, but we caught probably 40 or 50 redfish between the 2 boats, all 6 of us. And then we stayed. We actually drove down on a Sunday, stayed the night, fished inshore that Monday, stayed the night, fished offshore that Tuesday for tuna, wore the tuna out, tried some swordfish, didn't do good, and then stayed Tuesday night and drove home Wednesday. They've also got fresh shrimp down there. We bought shrimp right there beside the marina at a little kind of like an old fish house type place where I don't know if it's where the shrimp boats unload or what, but they're fresh shrimp straight off the boats. And you can buy them. They're big jumbo shrimp for $4 a pound. They were head on, so you're losing a little bit of weight there, but $4 a pound for jumbo shrimp is a steal. So even after we got the heads off, everything else, we weighed them. I think it still come out to about $6 a pound, $6.50 a pound after I had cleaned mine. So that's incredible for that size shrimp. But total for that trip, it run us probably about $1,400 a person. That included everything. That's groceries, gas for the truck, gas for the boats, on all the boats. We actually had an offshore tuna boat, hold 6 people. We had 2 inshores and went 3 apiece on those 2 boats. So for those 3 charters, 3 nights, $1,400 a person. You're not gonna beat that price anywhere, especially for the amount of fish we brought home. We had probably, we brought home probably 50 to 60 pounds of tuna and probably another 20 pounds of redfish and trout a piece, roughly, maybe a little bit less than that. But it was a lot of fish. We kept 121 fish. So you can imagine, I don't know how many we caught, probably 250 or so. I don't know how many, but we kept 121. And enough to fill your freezer for a year. It was awesome for $1,400. And that's doable. $1,400 is cheaper than a lot of hunting leases. But anyhow, enough about fishing. Back to taxidermy. My channel is still growing. And for any of y'all that are new, thank y'all so much. And for the guys that have been here, all of y'all that's been here since I started, thank y'all so much. Because Lord knows my content was horrible 3 years ago. The first videos I've made, it hurts me to watch them. Now, every time somebody comments on one of those videos and it pops back up on my phone, I'm like, God, I can't believe they just had to watch that. But really appreciate the support. And if y'all do not know, any likes that y'all give me on the channel helps my channel. And if you will subscribe, it's free. Subscribing to the channel is free. You can turn on notifications and it will notify you when I make a new video so that you'll be aware whether you want to watch it or not. And anytime that you subscribe, it also helps the channel out. So y'all be sure to like and subscribe on the videos. if you like what I'm doing. If you don't have to do it, obviously. But it really does help me out. And it has been quite the journey. I can't believe the support that I've gotten for the massive lack of experience and expertise that I've got between, taxidermy and YouTube, or just content creation in general. It's a big learning curve for me, but I love to teach, and I love to share, and I love to hunt, I love to fish. So thank y'all. I don't tell y'all that enough. So I'm going to get off of here, and I'm going to get this sucker rolled up and get it put on this frame here. And then we're going to run to town. I like that. Y'all like that? Y'all live far enough out in the country where you say, I got to run to town? They used to be able to do that when I was a kid. We just drove to the store. You live out here where I live now, you gotta go to town. It's a whole excursion. But I'm gonna have to run to town and get me a few supplies. There's a big, beautiful pack roll. I mean, that's massive. I'll check that right there out. That's how big that is. Big, pretty pack roll. That's gonna look good on that frame. Look really good. Oh, something else I had mentioned. Facebook. My Cedar Ridge Chronicles Facebook page. I started it a couple years ago. Didn't really do a whole lot with it because I just got bored with it and didn't even understand Facebook monetization, all that kind of stuff. But it is growing tremendously. So any of y'all that have gone across platforms and are watching both, thank you, thank you, thank you. Followers on Facebook are as important as subscribers on YouTube. So that has been a blessing. Thank y'all. Well, let's go to town and get some supplies. We're rolling along pretty good now. It's just after lunch, and this is the only head that I've got left to dry that is a pack mount. That one right there is completely finished. Just got to get picked up. And I put these two right here together on their packs. They're completely finished. That pack up there has got the cape on it. That is the cape for that other head. Just got two capes put in the baking soda water to neutralize. And I've got two more in there too. I'm about to unload all these forms. And we're going to see if we've got all the forms in to do those other capes. I've got capes in the freezer in there that I think I've got forms for in here. Some of the forms I'm going to have to go to Mississippi and pick up from Ben Mears, but I believe that a lot of them are going to be in here. So we're going to get this open, not with this Sharpie. It won't open a box as efficiently as the scalpel will. But what I do when I'm unloading all these things, the second they come in, I go ahead and get them out of the boxes. I go ahead and label them all with the marker, put the numbers on them for the deer that they match up with. That way, when I get ready to mount one, all I gotta do is come in here, get that number, and go to town. Got this guy right here, 846320, number 32. Just like that, number 32. Piece of cake. I'm gonna get all these boxes unloaded and we'll put some tan on these deer hides. What's up, guys? Well, it's Tuesday evening, and I finished up mounting this deer today and this deer today. This is like a horse. And I've got to put out a couple hides for tomorrow that I've already got tanned. Got in some forms yesterday, and I've already got those hides ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and set them out. Tomorrow we're going to mount two more deer. But something I did want to let y'all know. Yesterday evening, Christy's daddy had a heart attack and passed away. So y'all please keep her in your prayers. It has been a long month for the Williams residents. There ain't nothing that you can say and there ain't nothing that you can do about it. It's tough, it's life, and it happens. But man, I lost my mama just about, I guess it was about 2 weeks before Mother's Day. And I hear it is about to be Father's Day. And her daddy, last night she got a call and said he wasn't acting right. And she went over there to check on him and trying to get him in the vehicle, go to the hospital. He had a heart attack and passed away. And it has been hard on her. And it's been hard on me having to watch her in pain because I know what she's going through. So if y'all would, y'all please keep us in your prayers, keep Christy in your prayers. And we're going to get through this the best we know how. And just keep asking God to show us the reason for why we do what we do and why what happens, happens. In the meantime, we're going to hang in there. And tomorrow we're going to come back down here and do it again. So we will see y'all in the morning. Good morning, guys. Today is Thursday morning. And we have got a really cool buck that we're going to work on today. Or a cool situation. Let me put it that way. Really nice buck. Cool situation. Go on this form right here. But y'all look at this. This buck, when he got shot, ran headfirst into a tree and his rack exploded. Broke the main beam off along with his G2, came off separately. What's crazy about this, the guy heard it when it hit. He went in there and found this piece of antler and could not find the tine. Got the deer, took it back to his house, and a little while later, his dog came walking up into the yard with the other tine in his mouth. So the dog had found him a bone out there in the woods, and he was ready to chew on it. So dog brought that back home. So what we're going to do, I'm going to mount this buck like this, just as is. And then once everything gets dry, I'm going to rebuild all that, put all that back together once it's on a form. If you try to do it off a form, you could screw that to something, a piece of wood or whatever, but it'll be way easier to work on once I've got it on a stand. And that way we put some pressure on it, just do some drilling, put some wire in it, and get it epoxied up. Get that fixed. It'll be a good chance to use this Fix-It sculpt. Everybody has been telling me to try this right here instead of the epoxy sculpt when you rebuild an antler, because this will take a stain. So rather than having to do as much paint work, it will stain. You can actually stain it like that brown or like a reddish, tint first, and then go back and do all your detail work with your paint. So, kind of excited to try that. It's gonna be something different, and from what I've heard, works better. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Friday, and I am finished for the week. I've got this buck right here that I mounted up this morning. Very tall, regal-looking fella. I like that form. It's a good-looking form. These bucks that I did at the end of last week, I have already epoxied. I actually have got 4 of these epoxied. So that's how fast they're drying up. About 4 or 5 days, they are ready for epoxy, which is going to help me tremendously. It's going to get me hopefully caught back up. I'm going to come down here, I guess, Monday, and I guess start working on some more capes, get some more stuff fleshed out, and get some more capes tanned. And we got to go to Ben Mears tomorrow, pick up some forms. I've got just a few that are in line that needs Mears forms that I don't have yet, so I had to measure them. And I've already got them tanned. Just got to get the forms here so that I can mount them up. But we're going to wrap this up for a week. While I'm over in Mississippi, I'm going to go do some bluegill fishing. See if I can't put some bluegill in the freezer to fry up. I am out. I have eaten all of my bluegill. Bluegill sandwiches are good. But anyway, guys, we will see y'all next week.